What do you mean Paul W.S. Anderson did this? What the fuck happened between this and Resident Evil?
Oh boy. Back to murder.
Back to murdering people?
Back to the funny murder.
Let me do what I did last time and look back over the tablet first.
Poor Wolfgang.
The victim is Wolfgang Akira, the ultimate lawyer. Shut the fuck up. You were discovered in the boiler room on the underground floor. He's kneeling in the water and his upper body is slumped over the concrete platform.
Oh yeah, there is water. I didn't notice that. So he got electrocuted.
He's fine.
Estimated time of death is approximately 9:35 a.m.
I still think he might have been poisoned.
It still pissed me off seeing everything except the cause of death listed. Especially when I knew the reason why. The cause of death. When we investigated the dummy's murder, the tablet explicitly says she died from blood loss. But this tablet doesn't list Wolfgang's cause of death anywhere.
Of course! Saying otherwise would make things too easy. Hey, didn't we discuss this like 5 minutes ago?
In your
the tablet's
time,
information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and the spotless have equal chance of success.
Tozu's definitely compensating for the killer, probably because they failed to hide their own tracks. And withdrawing information might be his way of balancing the odds.
It's simply keeping things equal.
Bullshit rules, who's to say they won't be abused?
Tozu just comes down and just starts stomping on Damon's head.
Bonk.
Don't you dare say that shit again!
Regardless, Wolfgang's cause of death should be treated as the crux of this mystery. If I can figure out how he died, then everything else should fall into place.
Alas, poor Wolfgang, the guiding light of the ultimate students, snuffed out in an instant. No use
You're
crying
not
over
Lou
it, though.
Albano!
There's a mystery to be solved. Like any true investigation, important evidence won't always be visible on first glance. Should you ever find yourself stuck, press F3 to view the game's controls.
Who's
By the way,
talking?
any truth bullets you'll obtain will be logged by your Tozu trinket, which can be accessed anytime by pressing F1. You know, in case you needed the reminder. That's all for me. Bye.
I pulled a uncensored, unholy strength today. That's cool.
A taser gun? Pretty random thing to be lying around a crime scene. It definitely wasn't the boiler room prior to the murder either, or murder. Did that mean this taser gun Did that mean this taser gun was involved in the murder?
I'm voiced by Sam Reich.
On closer inspection, nothing about the gun looked particularly strange. Had it even been used? I'm pretty sure taser guns dispense some kind of wire when they fired. Nearby were some yellow pieces of plastic on the floor. They were the same shade of yellow as the taser gun. Had these originally been attached to it? I can't tell where they would fit on the gun though. Never mind. What's the point of making guesses? Why I could just get him to confirm. After all, someone who's a pro at wielding guns should know them better than anyone else.
Well, that reminds me, I have another game by the gruesome twosome of Danganronpa and 999 Dev for us. I picked up World Ends Club.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that, yeah.
There was blood speckled across the floor. I didn't notice it at first, due to the room's restricted lighting. But now, after my eyes had time to adjust, it could be more obvious. Looks like it passes into the hallway too.
So that's probably whoever was running away's blood.
I hope this isn't Chris's blood.
I hope this isn't Chris's blood.
I completely missed these during the blackout.
Hey, Wendy.
Speaking of, after the body discovery announcement, everyone barged into the boiler room through this door.
Oh,
Yet,
yeah, Wendy, have you not?
these blood spots don't look smudged.
Wolfgang kicked the fucking bucket.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Wolfgang.
guessing they were already dry by the time any of us got here. In which case, could this be Wolfgang's blood?
I hope this isn't Chris's blood.
This is Chris's blood.
I'll inspect the rest of the scene first before I go near his body.
Alright, fine.
Half of the generator's internal had melted away, and what still remained was almost completely singed. Yeah, this was definitely the cause of the power outage. What could have melted the wires, though? It looks like a bomb had gone off in there. Now that I think about it, during the game tournament... Taking a deep breath, I steady my grip on the controller and push both joysticks as hard as I could.
That not be how you play Smash, you dumbass.
Huh? All of a sudden, the world
I said
around
you're
me
playing
turned
the game
pitch
wrong.
black. There had been a loud boom right before the blackout happened. Similar to a firework going off, or someone firing a gun. Did I overhear the sound of the generator being destroyed? Nothing else near the dining hall could have made that kind of noise. I don't think. If my assumption is correct, the generator would have been destroyed around the same time the murder was committed. That's suspicious as hell. There's no way the two events aren't connected. But I'm almost working purely off my memory of the boom. To be absolutely sure, I need to know when exactly the blackout occurred. Was there any way for me to find that out?
Oh, cord? Let's see. Something about a cord. Where is it? Ah, there it is.
Left. Your other left.
Cord.
Your third left.
Shrapnel. That's not what I was looking for, but it's something.
Chunks of something red were floating nearby the generator. It almost looks like metal, or maybe plastic.
Oh my god, Magneto killed him?
Were these originally part of the generator? The colors and materials don't seem to match though.
Oh, mutant combined!
And he smacked Wolfgang over the head with a fucking giant steel ball. The generator. The tase gun was added, the blood.
Oh, wait, knife. Knife in the back.
There was a tase gun, blood, a generator,
Poop I
and
found.
weird metal
Poop I
bits.
found!
A knife. Why was a knife floating in the water? On the blade and its surrounding water, I could make something out. The unmistakable color of blood. There's no doubt about it. This knife must have something to do with the murder. Why the knife was here and not actually on the platform, I had no idea.
Still swear there was something about a cord. I just didn't see it on. Ah, there it is. On the other side. Got it.
Eh? There's a cord in the water. Judging by the length, I think it's an extension cord. But what the hell happened to the other end of it? There was no internal plug, just a frayed tip lined with a black substance. Had the cord been burnt?
How to get burned?
I
How to get
didn't see this
burned?
cord in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of the storage rooms, maybe? It wasn't always in the condition, that's for sure. All the items we've been provided so far, light bulbs, speakers, a fridge, they worked perfectly well. So, what happened to this cord? And why was it even in the water?
Let's talk to people now. How's John?
Oh, shit. Oi! Take a whiff of the air. Ain't there something off about it?
I followed the destruction and sniffed the air. It smells like burnt rubber.
The burst. The generator, yeah, but that not be what I'm talking about. There's another scent. A real bitter one.
You might actually be onto something. It's almost like cereal and rubbing alcohol.
No milk.
Indeed, I'm suspected a mighty chemical reaction at work.
Eh?
I've had my fair share to travel across the seas, and I'm no stranger to foul play. I'm no stranger to love. You know the rules, and so do I. There's no stench worse than one of a disastrous combustion.
It is how it is.
I don't know who keeps talking for me. Thing is, I got no idea where it be coming from.
Really? The smell is supposedly that of a chemical reaction. Where else could it be coming from besides the busted generator? Unless Jan's conclusion about the smell is wrong. I wouldn't put it past him.
Hey, Ulysses.
Hi, Ulysses. Jesus Christ, my game's loud. The generator over there is partially submerged in the water. I think we would be wise to stay on this platform.
Was he worried about the water being electrified? Even I meant to stand in it way back when. I don't see why now it would be any different. Then again, the generator wasn't damaged last time.
Damn.
Yeah, since Wolfgang is kneeling in the water, we should avoid touching him.
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot WWE is currently sponsored by Fortnite. Also, was he something a little funny?
Oh boy.
He muted.
No?
The Fortnite ring.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh god.
You don't know for sure if the water is unsafe.
Huh?
Listen to me.
Before you start making conclusions, you should experiment first.
Alright then, Ava, you can jump in.
Saying
See what
that,
happens.
Eve walked over to a pile of boxes and pulled out a light bulb. Oh, I see what you're doing. Sure enough, Eve went straight to the edge of the platform and threw the light bulb into the water.
Look.
See? He's not lighting up. That means the water is safe. I will go in and...
I see. Then I suppose it's safe to inspect Wolfgang.
Okay.
Are you going to?
I think I will observe from afar instead.
Now is the time to be listening to your nerves.
Hello?
Winona, you still here?
Seriously?
Is there a problem with that?
Why does she need to frame everything I say in the worst light?
Yes, there is a problem with you being here.
I'm preparing to hold
supposed
a
to be
one-on-one
dead.
session with Ulysses. I was consulting him about something important before we were interrupted by the announcement.
Is that what you were doing before the blackout?
Repeat that.
It's simple.
The blackout. Were you still with Ulysses when it happened?
Come on.
You're not speaking any sense. There was no power outage.
Huh?
Eh? You
That's
can't be
insane.
serious. That blackout affected the entire building. Unless,
Anyways.
let me rephrase. Where were you when the murder happened?
Where were you?
At
Just
Cassidy's
answer.
game tournament in the dining hall.
Oh, really?
Really? Not what I expected.
Let me see.
Ulysses and I spent this morning by the large tree. We stayed there up to and including the time of Wolfgang's murder.
Oh,
Sounded like she had an alibi then. As for the location she mentioned,
Ulysses.
I assumed this entire building complex connected to one generator. But it made more sense for that tree area to have its own separate system. Hence why it didn't lose power. What about the courtyard though? Was anyone there at the time of the blackout?
I take great pride in how well this building was set up.
Is 55 now, or... Nope.
Aren't you going to investigate Wolfgang?
Yeah, Ava.
Me?
Yeah.
Who else? Back when we mistook that dummy for a
1, 2, 3,
body,
not
you
eight.
poked it pretty nonchalantly.
Hang on.
That's different. I never thought it was real.
See.
I see. Now that we were finally advancing in the investigation, her cool composure had all but vanished. Typical. I guess you can only keep up the act for so long.
Can I inspect it now? God damn it. What am I missing?
Oh, you want to progress the plot? Weirdo.
That
Yeah, you wanna?
figure out what I'm missing.
Oh, you want to make progress in the video game?
Just... What's the... Interrupt.
We can do this. Since when do we have magic powers?
Just... I talked to everyone, I'm pretty sure.
Ulysses,
Why is Ulysses
glowing
glowing
yellow.
yellow?
Oh.
Maybe
I
check
guess
the
it's
ceiling.
just something.
Oh,
Hi.
Why did you move over here?
It's I feel it is highly important we investigate anything and everything we can. That is why I moved over here to investigate.
More like he didn't want to be near Wolfgang's body.
What?
And what was up first for the investigation? Something other than fear appeared on Ulysses' face. It was curiosity.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Look at the floor in front of the door.
That's...
This?
It's a bobby pin. It was Jill. Jill was here with the master of unlocking.
This is just a small piece of scrap metal.
No, it's a bobby pin. It's very important in Fallout. Even so, it's still a part of the crime scene. It necessitates documentation.
That's not important.
Seriously? Something this small means nothing?
Oh boy, you have no idea how important things are.
It could come from the generator or the pipes above us. Ingrid could have been carrying it for all we know.
I get a cape. It's fucking awesome. Oh.
This guy, there's so much here he could actually document. Instead, he's focusing on some flimsy piece of metal.
Yeah, how dare the nervous guy be
All
nervous?
the more reason to rely on myself. Alright, it feels like I've given the boiler room a good run now. Which means,
Oh boy.
just yesterday, Wolfgang was talking with us, eating breakfast with us. And now, he's dead.
He's dead.
Who had the resolve to commit such a needless, brutal murder? To go as far as to mangle his body.
He looks fine.
I couldn't unpack it. I didn't know how to. This wasn't just some dummy I had to investigate. This was a real person. It was so far out of my expertise, let alone my comfort zone.
Hello.
Do you want to inspect him?
Ah! Holy crap. Did you really have to scare me like that?
Go poke the body. I know you want to. Go have fun, kid.
Yeah, I do want to inspect him.
Have a poking stick.
It just, the idea of getting close to him.
Where?
I'll investigate with you. It'll be easier for it'll be easier for the both of us that way. Right?
Right.
Right.
Poke. 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 Yep, he's dead.
Wolfgang lay completely still, his face frozen in a look of horror.
Hey, let's
His
electrocute him again.
His once bright eyes were shrouded in darkness, and his mouth was open as he had been killed mid-scream.
Let's electrocute him
Eve's
again.
expression said it all.
Doesn't hurt.
Wolfgang did everything in his power to make us outcasts and make the worst of us. At times, I even hated him for it. But this brought no relief to either of us. Wolfgang, what happened in his final moments that left him so terrified?
He was killed.
Was it a realization he was about to die?
Right off the oven.
Mulling over the what-ifs won't bring me any closer to solving Wolfgang's murder. Right now, my focus should be to find evidence.
The horror was
And that
realizing how
begins
bad
by
David is at
investigating his
Smash.
body.
How about we electrocute him a bunch again so he comes back to life like Frankenstein?
No, that's not how it works. Just no. There didn't seem to be any strange markings on Wolfgang's face. However, along the back of his neck was a massive bruise.
Damn.
Electrical.
That looks like a really bad injury. Almost his entire neck is discolored.
Right. How do you get this on the back of his neck?
Electrical burn.
Oh, it's not electrical burn.
Yeah, it looks more like bruising.
Yeah.
Nothing around that seems to have left it. These might sound morbid, but what if it is a side of his body decomposing?
That's...
This quickly?
Yeah.
Can a body really decompose this fast?
Is it really hot in there? Well, it's the boiler room, so it's a boiler room and he's in contact with moisture.
It could or it could not. Ow, 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 my ankle. Fuck.
And then Mass died.
It probably depends on the environment.
As in the temperature?
Correct.
Correct. Cold places are generally better at preserving things than warm. Humid areas like this boiler room,
Thinking.
kind of like dairy products. That's a good comparison.
A tone deaf one, but sure.
I'm going to give you expired milk. Worse, expired pilk. Wolfgang didn't have this bruise yesterday, at the very least. If he did, it would have been super noticeable.
Fair.
Yeah, true.
Would he be purple in other places?
Turning my attention back to Wolfgang, I caught something else on his body. Near the mark on his neck, but not directly overlapping it. A red dot.
No.
No.
He does have a mole, though.
Oh
That
my
looks like
god,
it.
he's a vampire.
I knew it.
No, there's only one.
Is that a beauty mark?
Doesn't look like it. The skin around the dot seemed to be inflamed. It reminds me of a popped pimple. So a wound you could easily inflict on yourself.
Oh, I forgot to mention the vampires around here are a bit freaky.
It would be cool if there was an entire killing game centered around who's a vampire and who's not.
I'm pretty
Early
sure that's
chapter.
just like werewolf.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot that was a thing.
You don't think this is related to the murder?
Might not be, but
It could be entirely.
I shouldn't have done that.
judging by the lack of scabbing,
Gabby.
this was inflicted pretty recently, so we may as well keep it in mind. Mr. Fantastic's gameplay is out. With the way Wolfgang was slumped over the platform, it almost looked like he had fallen on top of it.
Focus.
This guy is fucking broken, what the fuck? Let me see if his palms are scratched. As I knelt down to take a closer look. Huh? Trickling out from under the cuff of Wolfgang's sleeve and onto the rest of his hand a strange injury that looked a lot like a tree sapling. What's this? A burn mark?
No, I'm pretty sure
Ooh.
that's an electrocution mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I looked at Wolfgang's other hand, I saw the same thing. Marking that seemed to be extend down the arm.
The hell?
Eve, look at this.
Hello.
Oop.
Damn it.
I do not like his voice. What the fuck? Unfortunately for me, Mr. Fantastic does not attack people with his third arm.
My mic was muted. Let me see.
Yeah,
Not burn marks, you
burn
dumb
marks.
It's really horrible. It could actually just genuinely be, but I think they may have done. They look like gross little veins. What inflicted them?
The taser a little ways off from where we're standing, but I couldn't find anything to indicate it's been fired. So the only other thing I can think of is the generator.
Is that really true?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic sounds way too fucking young. Jesus.
Why the generator?
I know.
The thing had clearly been destroyed by something. Maybe Wolfgang got caught in that something, and that's how he died.
Not sure.
I am not sure. The generator seems too far away from Wolfgang's line to cause burns like these.
Look at this.
Plus, the room's water isn't conductive, so electricity couldn't have traveled through it.
Right.
You're right. And being able to melt the generator wires would have burnt his suit to a crisp too.
Exactly.
Thinking.
I think Wolfgang received these burns outside the boiler room. There's just nothing here that could leave those markings. As for the actual place he got burnt,
Guess we'll have to try and find out ourselves. That is, does such a place even exist? While it's possible the generator may not have been involved in the murder, it seemed unlikely that Wolfgang made a detour for the boiler room after being severely burned. After all, burns like his would definitely paralyze someone. As for Wolfgang's palms, they didn't have any markings on them. Still, he must have fallen somehow. Why will he be lying on the platform? Wolfgang's suit was completely crumpled, a far cry from his once clean appearance. Wire have seeped into the pants, completely ruining the fabric. As I leaned in close, I spotted a folded piece of paper sticking out from his back pocket.
This is blackmail. We can learn who's
Though
blackmail he had.
it was soaked, it wasn't completely destroyed.
Damn.
I really don't want to touch him, but
Touch him.
with my thumb and index finger, I snatched the paper out of his pocket, taking care not to brush my hand against his body. I gingerly folded open the paper away that some of the wetter spots could fall apart immediately. I found a message written inside.
It's some very ugly handwriting. Die! Do you recognize it?
No.
A lot of the text is unreadable. Whoever wrote this probably used a low-quality pen. Although, at the bottom of the page, fragments of the message were still visible. Secret, 8:15 a.m. Boiler room. Close the door.
Oh, so someone lured him? Damn.
Doesn't this read like a command?
It seems like someone wanted to arrange a private meeting with him here.
I see.
Could that someone be the culprit?
Not sure.
Eight 15 a.m. That's a long time before the time of death, though.
Maybe there was a struggle, or maybe Wolfgang arrived late.
There must be something.
Either way, this message is definitely a valuable clue. It's our only insight into Wolfgang's movement before his death.
Well,
Well, now I really want to know where everyone was at that time.
I woke up at 8:30 a.m. this morning, so I was asleep when this meeting was scheduled to happen.
It's only 35 minutes before the tournament. Cassidy, Jet, and Mark and I would have already been in the dining hall.
Right.
Right, setting up equipment.
That's.
As for the other students, directly asking them where they were at 8:15 a.m. might be risky.
where?
Because they would wonder where they got the time from.
Exactly. I prefer to keep this note between the two of us. At least for now.
You know, keeping secrets goes so well in a class trial.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Nothing bad could ever happen
Anyway,
from
this
something
thing
like
about a
that.
secret. What do you think of that? What do you think that means?
Guys, come on, it's gotta be referring to the blackmail.
I'm just looking at the Mr. Fantastic. Oh my god, he can reflect projectiles.
And that's Iron Man's ultimate too.
Oh, that's just Iron Man's ult.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's got to bounce. Also, he looks really goofy during it.
I mean, he is
Don't
like
make Reed Richards likable.
he is.
How dare you?
I mean, his power is really goofy.
Well,
Miss-
I'm really not sure. It could be referring to anything.
Anything, huh?
Anything.
Remember, folks, Reed Richards is just one bad day to becoming the Maker.
Reed's one good day from creating a new catastrophe. A reminder that so many of Marvel's problems directly descend from a decision made by Reed Richards.
At least they're
Hashtag
good
Reed Richards
outcomes
anything.
instead of Maker outcomes.
Nick? Film in the 90s.
True, but still the Maker.
You know what it means.
I know.
I have an idea. The author of this letter might be talking about Wolfgang's blackmail.
Huh?
If they claim to have it, they could have baited him here without much issue. After all, Wolfgang asked us to meet with the person whose blackmail we had.
Strange.
A derelict boiler room is a pretty ominous place to meet someone, though. It wouldn't have been Wolfgang's first time here, too, assuming he didn't explore it. It would have been, it would have been Wolfgang's first time here, too, assuming he didn't explore this floor beforehand.
What could it be?
Either he didn't come to didn't see the obvious danger in meeting here alone, or he did realize and just didn't care.
Right.
Right. Did that change anything about what I said?
Well, duh. If Wolfgang know the warning signs, his reasons for coming might have less to do with
You
integrity
see?
and more to do with desperation.
Desperation?
To know the details of his blackmail.
I see.
It would stand to reason.
If If only Wolfgang had hidden these notes somewhere safe instead of bringing it here. It would have been valuable evidence.
I doubt he could have envisioned something like this happening. He was never really on his guard during this killing game. Except around you and me, I guess. God, I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna be broke tomorrow.
Why?
Junji Ito collection.
Is that for Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
I will probably also be a bit broke.
Now that I think about it, the place where Wolfgang laid was odd. What were the chances he would end up here between the only opening of the fence? The one spot where you could kneel over like this. Was it possible he'd been trying to climb onto the platform before he died?
You also might get an idea of what the next tome will be. Imagine that will be next update too. Like
Yeah.
The files for next tome.
Mm-hmm. It's strange why he didn't use the stairs, though. Even stranger that he was even in the water. That seemed to be everything I could gather.
Hello.
DBD people were confused for 2 hours that they thought it was a chapter PTB.
Hey, Damon. Since we've inspected the boiler room, we should find the students who left and ask them their testimonies.
Right.
They went upstairs to investigate Wolfgang's dorm, right?
Yes, because of what they said earlier. The victims' less known whereabouts are the best places to search for clues.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what they've been up to. Apart from collecting testimony, there were 2 other matters on my mind. 1, getting Desmond to inspect the taser gun. And 2, pinpointing exactly when the blackout occurred in case it happened at the time of the murder. I walked over to the boiler room door, which had been left slightly ajar. But as I began to pull it to rest away, I noticed it.
This guy says more than I do.
The doorknobs, something about it, looked different. Hey, Eva. The doorknob, I think it's been flipped.
Only if we had the master of unlocking.
God damn, Death Stranding's a huge ass game.
Flipped. Are you sure?
Take a look for yourself. The first time we woke up here, I'm pretty sure this lock was on the inside, not the outside.
Is that really true?
Frisbee dog. You're frisbee dog. Frisbee.
How would anyone be able to flip a doorknob, though?
That's...
By unscrewing it, probably.
Hmm.
Where's my dog?
Okay. Why didn't you say something earlier?
Huh?
What do you mean? This is the first time I noticed it.
Is that really true?
Here.
Morbius comes to Marvel Rivals. His ultimate line is, "It's Morbin time."
Really? You didn't notice it back when you entered the boiler room with Kai?
No, not even then. It might have been because of the darkness or my own nerves. But back then, I wasn't paying attention to small details like the doorknob. All I wanted to do was enter the boiler room.
Anyways,
I know that makes me sound stupid.
Listen to me.
It's okay. One second. I mean, I probably would have noticed the doorknob and have been there. Had I been there, but that's besides the point.
Alright. Anyway, this discovery paints an interesting picture. Since the lock was now accessible from the hallway, you could technically lock the boiler room shut without ever stepping foot in it. Meaning that if you wanted to lock someone inside the boiler room, all you have to do is lure them in and close the door behind them.
Moving on.
Come on, we need to collect people's testimonies before the investigation ends.
Right. Let's go. As a million questions right away in my mind, I follow Eve out of the boiler room.
Hey, Chaos.
Actually, Eve, before we go upstairs, it's probably worth checking out the storage closet first.
Why?
I know.
I found something in the boiler room that might be related to them. Judging by the length, I think it's an extension cord. But what the hell happened to the other end of it? There was no internal plug, just a frayed tip lined with a black substance. Had the internal end been severed off, and the cord burnt after? I didn't see this cord in the boiler room earlier, so it probably came from someplace else. One of the storage rooms, maybe? That extension cord, we should confirm it if it did indeed come from our storage closet.
Okay,
However,
but first I want to talk to Cassidy.
Come again.
You want to talk
It's
to
Hanu.
her?
Yes, I want to talk to her.
Is that... Oh, that's you.
One second. Is it bad?
She wasn't much help last investigation.
well,
Well, any help is better than no help.
Fair. Alright, I'll talk to Cassie first and then I'll investigate the storage closet on this floor.
Ah,
Cassie was pacing around the hallway with a finger on her chin, seemingly doing nothing.
Oh. Oh, hey guys! Sorry for not noticing you sooner. I was performing a super sweep down of this here hallway.
There's a lot of words for wandering around aimlessly.
listen to me.
can you put your sweep down on hold? I have a really important question.
Let's hear it. Just don't drag it on too long, okay? Gotta finish my sweep down before time's up.
You see,
attended the tournament.
The game tournament? Huh. Everyone who was slated to join kept their word, so we had a full house.
What about?
There were 8 people in total. Jet, Mark, Grace, Jean, Kai, and the 3 of us.
Something on your mind?
Now, since this murder happened in the boiler room,
Well,
wouldn't that mean everyone in the dining hall has an alibi?
ooh.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I'd even think of that. She's totally right.
Since we split into pairs when investigating those rooms, down the hall, every pairing can vote for each other.
Right.
Right. We all split up. Where were the groups again?
Yep.
Jet and I explored the storage closet B.
Storage closet B?
Check it out.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's called on the map.
Does
Where
she
Aki lives.
does she mean the map of the Tozu trinket? I activated my trinket and sure enough,
See? Storage closet B. There's also storage closet A, storage closet C, and storage closet D. Those are definitely the rooms we explored.
I see.
I see. In that case, Kai and I must have explored storage closet C. I remember it clearly. The 2 of us checked the closet above and opposite the one Cassidy searched. According to the map, the only closet that fit those parameters is storage closet C.
Correct.
Grace and I investigated the closet directly next to Damon's. So it must have been inside storage closet A.
Yeah.
Which means Mark and John was with storage closet D. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, Damo, since you're here,
Question.
what's the deal with you in the boiler room?
What?
When Kai told us party peeps about Wolfie, he said you 2 went inside the boiler room.
How?
The heck did you do that for? You were supposed to check out the storage closet.
You're not casting suspicion on me, are you?
Me? No way. As far as Cass is concerned, everyone is innocent until proven otherwise.
I I investigated the storage closet with Kai. We just didn't find anything inside. Although we did hear someone run down the hallway.
Am I hearing
Huh?
you right?
For real?
Man, unlucky all that work for nothing. What's the plan now? Do we just go back outside? Let's check out how the people next door are doing. Audible pet. Suddenly I heard frantic footsteps echoing from the hallway outside.
Doubt it.
Weird. I don't remember any footsteps.
It's the truth.
I do.
Really?
Meh.
Eve, did you really?
I heard them while Grace and I were investigating the storage room next to yours.
However,
I just brushed it off as my imagination, though.
Guess me and Jet must have been talking over them. Are those footsteps the reason you entered the boiler room, Damo?
It's Damon, and yeah. They came from the direction of that room, so I wanted to see what the person was running from.
for real?
Phooey, really? I would have just chased after the footsteps. I mean, entering the boiler room after something like that? You weren't scared a murderer was hiding inside?
What I actually discovered wasn't much better.
True, true. And whose footsteps could those have been? I don't know why anyone would want to be running around those spooky hallways, let alone in the dark.
What about...
Unless, ooh, maybe they were also looking for a backup generator.
That's not important.
I doubt it's that innocent. Considering the place this person ran away from was the crime scene. Their footsteps were probably the killers.
You mean fresh off committing the murder?
Right.
Fresh off the murder or a bit after. Depends what time we went downstairs. Either way, whether it was immediately after the murder or not. For a brief moment, the only thing separating us from Wolfgang's killer was the storage room walls. That's creepy to think about.
Thus, bit by bit, the mystery slowly unravels.
My genius.
No need to thank me. 'Tis all in a day's work.
She didn't even do anything.
Interesting.
The map says this is storage closet B.
Right.
Right. That closet Cassidy and Jet explored.
Look,
Do you see that?
See what?
The box in the corner over there. Look.
Confused, I turned to where she was pointing. Eh? This is...
I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
a generator, right? The one you were referring to during the blackout?
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Since I've explored these rooms before, I know one of them had a backup generator.
That's...
If this closet has been the backup generator, wouldn't that mean the ones who restore the power?
Thinking.
Well, if Cassidy and Jet were the only people who entered this room, then they're the people who brought the power back.
Damn. I'm surprised those two actually knew how to navigate a generator. That seemed to be all there is to this closet.
It came from here, so.
Okay, this is storage closet A.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look around. As I began to inspect the shelves, The glint of something shiny caught my eye.
That's...
Ava, look! There's a rolling pin here, and handprints on it too.
Strange.
What are you implying?
That someone used this recently, and not for its intended purpose.
I know.
Look, can you see how the handprints are at the base of the pin? You aren't rolling much dough if you're wielding this thing like a tennis racket, are you? The pin is also really dusty. If it came from the kitchen, it would be clean like the other utensils there.
Yeah, agreed.
Not only that,
Jeez.
right there is a dent on the pin too.
Really?
On the end of the opposite, the handprints. Can you see it?
Weird.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see that.
Handprints and a dent. That's definitely not a coincidence.
Focus.
Could this pin have something to do with that mark we found on Wolfgang's neck? If it were used to knock him out, it would not only explain the dent on the pin, but the bruise on Wolfgang's neck.
Hmm. How did I make it this? How did it make its way into this closet, though?
What do you mean?
How did the pin make its way into the closet after the killer used it?
Oh,
There must be something.
I mean, if the footsteps Kai and I heard were the killers, they probably chucked the pin in here on their way out.
Absolutely not.
No, that's not what happened.
Hmm?
If the killer entered this closet and hid the rolling pin,
Listen to me.
Grace and I would have seen them.
Crap, of course. Well,
Oops. Sorry.
if the killer placed the
Oh. If you wanted it.
crap, of course, she and Grace was investigating this closet at the time. What if the killer placed a pin in here before any of us came downstairs?
Save it.
If they were out in the hallway, why didn't they use that as their chance to escape?
Damn it, she's right about that too. Could this rolling pin really be unrelated? But it lines up so well with the other evidence.
Moving on.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else in this room. Let's keep investigating.
One moment she's speaking nonsense, the next she's totally coherent. I don't think I'll ever understand this girl.
Look.
This is storage closet D.
Yeah, Mark and John explored this one. Let's see what I can find here.
I'm probably gonna head out too. I'm getting tired.
Alrighty.
See
Is there
you
anything
later.
weird about this room?
See you, Doc.
Bye.
I think I see something behind this pile of boxes. I stood up on my tiptoes to get a better look at.
Jeez.
Ah, so they really are here.
Well,
What's here?
Extension cords. A whole bunch of them.
strange.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, these are definitely the same type of cord I saw in the boiler room. Only difference is, they still have the other half intact. The eternal plugs are pretty slim compared to the other kinds of cords. The fact these cords match the one in the boiler means the killer must have rummaged through these closets for equipment. For what reason they needed the cord, I had no idea, but this was still a step in the right direction. Besides that box of cord, nothing else about this room is standing out to me.
So,
do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. This was a closet kind I explored. It was hard to get a good look at its contents in the dark, but seeing it now,
I see.
there doesn't seem to be anything important here. I think we can move on.
Okay.
Hmm.
We've looked through all the closets now.
So,
Did you find everything you needed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. The rolling pin, that stack of extension cords. There's no doubting their relevance to the case. At least, based on what I've investigated so far.
Anyway.
Eve, let's go upstairs and collect some more testimonies.
where?
Boy. Finally.
There's dry blood on the floor. For some reason, it seemed to pool right around this particular spot.
Hmm.
Dried blood, like in the boiler room.
Eh?
You know there's a blood in there?
Correct.
We noticed you noticing it.
I see.
So,
So, who do you think left all this blood behind?
Focus.
Well, it can't be Wolfgang, can it? Considering the sort of injuries he sustained, wouldn't make sense for him to have spit a lot of blood.
Must be something.
Which means the only possibility we were left with is...
what could it be?
The blood belongs to someone else?
Yeah, exactly.
If I didn't notice the blood here, would you have pointed it out to me?
Hmm? Eh?
would have pointed it out to you if the roles were reversed. That way you'd know not to step on it.
Right.
Sure, I pointed out.
Thanks.
Thanks.
As Eve and I emerged from the basement on the lookout for anything which could aid us in our investigation. Huh? Right in front of a flustered Eloise was huddled with her back to the wall. Standing next to her.
Yeah.
Sup, you guys? Might want to lower your voice around here. Some stuff has happened.
What could it be?
Is something wrong?
Sorry, Eloise had a bit of a frightening experience recently.
You think?
I think we all have.
No kidding.
Well, yeah, the scene downstairs is bad, but I'm talking about something else. After Tosu left, we tried going inside Wolfgang's room to look for clues. But the moment we stepped in, she suddenly pounced on me. She dragged me out and Desmond ran after us. I haven't been able to get my heart to stop beating so quickly since.
Huh?
Hold on. The she you're referring to?
Shit.
Yep, it's Grace. She's been guarding Wolfgang's dorm ever since she kicked us out. I see her over there. Standing there menacingly. Grace was blocking access to Wolfgang's dorm. What the hell?
We can't let our bars from entering his room. The class trial could start at any moment. Get the gun.
That's why I tried telling everyone else, but they pretty much gave up. Jet and Mark went to the dining hall. Diana went to the laundry room. And Toshiko and Ingrid went to the courtyard. Eloise and I, though, we're not gonna let this slide. We gotta get inside that dorm room. So we've been brainstorming other ways to approach Grace.
Think about it this way.
And we landed on something. Performing a brief inquisition. Inquisition. If Grace doesn't want to cooperate, we'll start badgering her with questions, poke at her ego until it eventually retreats.
Safety first.
If you want, you can join us. A debater must be good at dishing verbal beatdowns, yeah? I did come here to inspect Wolfgang's dorm, so might as well.
If that's the case,
I'm out.
lol, Hogan's getting booed.
Nah.
Unfortunately, we'll probably have to deal with him for the next few years, cause he's got a fucking sponsorship. I'll go to the dining hall and ask Jet and Mark for their testimonies.
You're not coming along.
Where?
Grace isn't someone I'd like to be around right now. You three can handle her.
Something tells me she's just afraid of her talent being mocked.
Right.
No sweat. Have fun with Jet and Mark.
Goodbye.
It's just gonna be me talking to Grace.
Holy shit, Seth Rollins, what the fuck are you wearing? The post isn't muted. Man's dressed like an anime villain.
Based.
Goodbye.
Eve left in that direction of the laundromat, clearly taking the long route to the dining hall. Should we approach Grace then?
Totally.
Yeah, let's not waste any time.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Do you want to take the lead, Damon? Oh. Sure. I wasn't going to admit to either of their faces, but their plans seemed pretty half-baked. Not because I was going to face off with Grace, but because she was too. How could a bumbling person like her be of any help in a verbal showdown? Jesus fucking Christ. If anything, she'll probably make it look uncoordinated. Guess I have to do most of the heavy lifting here. Since Grace was guarding Wolfgang's dorm, she should be right around the corner. Yeah, she's right there.
British derogatory.
Don't get it mixed up.
Neo, I think you're muted.
Oops! I was muted this whole time. Shit. Hold on, let me redo that. Hey, don't you two yuppies get it? You're not coming in!
Hang on. We're not here for that. Damon just wants to ask you a question.
Back off.
He isn't coming in either!
Why not? I need to investigate Wolfgang's dorm room.
Soybean.
Back off, Soybean! His room is none of your business!
Except it is. I have to search his last known whereabouts, which includes his dorm room by default.
See that?
What if I said I've done the job for you?
Come again.
I wouldn't fucking believe you.
Yeah.
As in, you searched a room?
High and low. Wanna know what I found? Nothing! And why are you guarding it?
For us to believe that we need to see it ourselves.
Oi!
You think I'm lying?
Just saying.
There's a chance you could be, unfortunately.
Eh?
Eh?
Think about it. You haven't given us any reason to believe you. Someone who's got nothing to hide wouldn't be acting so protective right now, you know? It gives the impression there's something you really don't want us to see.
Anyway.
Also, couldn't this be considered breaking the rules? Tozu wants this game to be fair, but being prevented from searching every room doesn't seem very fair.
Don't test me.
Even if it isn't, what are you gonna do?
I'll report it to Tozu. Eh?
You.
Makes sense.
Nice idea. What do you say we look for him now? If Tozu agrees there's a sabotage, he might call
Mara.
Mara.
Call Mara help, and she definitely has some experience with that, almost getting shot. Oh, oi! It's not sabotage! I'm not hiding anything about the murder. Don't try to get me involved.
Uh-huh.
Desmond never mentioned Wolfgang's murder.
Anyway.
Look, just let us into the room. If you're telling the truth, we'll drop our suspicions.
Gotta see
Suspicions.
what's up ahead.
The reality of the situation is, if we gotta invade Wolfgang's privacy, we want to know what happened to him. He won't want to investigate our dorms if we were anyone else who died. Grace stood there silently gritting her teeth. Then she stepped away from the door.
Okay.
Sweet. Thanks, Grace. With sighs of relief, we enter Wolfgang's dorm. What does his room look like?
I don't know.
Cheap cologne.
Oh.
Yep, cheap cologne. So this was Wolfgang's dorm. Well, some of my expectations were correct. A lot about the room still surprised me. I anticipated a layout resembling my dorms and the decor reflecting his talent. What I didn't anticipate was how messy it was. Well, maybe not messy, just really casual. A room that clearly been well lived in.
Oi, you.
Don't move things around when you inspect them. I wanna keep the room as it is.
To be honest, I'm not sure why I was even surprised.
These clothes are strewn all over them. And hers.
Clothes were scattered across the room, including a familiar-looking woman's jacket. Nothing about them looked suspicious.
Is that all you have to say about that? I guess.
I would have so many questions right now. An intricately patterned couch side by side with two red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seem to be arranged in just the right way. Can we look at the calendar?
I hope so, yes. Oh my god.
Is it different for each room?
Probably.
Wolfgang also had a
It's the same guy.
same guy, different pose.
Yeah.
We should check Kai's calendar next. Wolfgang also had a pin-up calendar in his room. This isn't what I should be focusing on doing a murder, but this guy's bi as fuck.
Don't you want to climb me crow's nest?
A large toy bear adorned the bed. Something tells me this didn't belong in the room originally.
Did Grace bring it in? Oh my god.
Huge wooden bookshelves filled the room with a catalog of books towered over the room. Skimming the tile, most seemed to be about the intricacy of the legal system. Why did this one say Themis Legal Academy? Although some were about old court cases, rehashed with new evidence. Did Wolfgang really read any of these, or were they all just for show? This one said Aristotle means the ends justify the means. Hmm. What's up, Damon?
Hi.
Hey, can you check something out for me?
Easy enough.
In here or
That's not it.
in the boiler room? I found a taser gun in there.
Are you for real?
Hmm? I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure, because if I'm wrong and this taser gun was used, it might clue us into the nature of Wolfgang's death.
No kidding.
What we're talking about is that big of a deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, since you're skilled at using guns, I figured.
All good.
No sweat. I'll see to it once I'm done here. Thanks for the heads up, Damon. Good thing we got a gun expert.
Yeah.
Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bedside ottoman with a serious look on her face.
Hi.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
Give me a moment.
Okay. She closed the ottoman and stood up, now wearing the same nervous expression she always did. Is there something wrong? I want to know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder. Oh, when the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard. Eh? The courtyard? Yes? You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused. No, I'm fine.
It's simple.
Let me just ask this. What were you doing during the blackout? Blackout? Yeah. You did experience it, right?
That's not.
No. I don't think there was ever a blackout.
She was outside, so she wouldn't know.
We were only
Yeah.
alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement.
I see.
I see. So my theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, both those buildings must be connected to the entirely different power source.
Well, presumably out. Well, it looks like it's outdoors at least. If it's not a skybox.
We're not here for that, my ass.
Hi.
Hey. Normally she'd be meeting my eyes.
Quit it.
I know you suspect me. I can tell by the look on your face. But I don't know anything about his death.
To be in the dark like everyone else about a person she was so close to. Damn it, get a grip on yourself, Damon. Grace could claim to know nothing about the murder. But what about everything before it?
Anyway.
So I heard a rumor you became Wolfgang's new bunk buddy. This room seemed to confirm that. How was he this morning? Grumpy? Happy?
Sick.
Hmm?
We were planning to go to the game tournament. But he woke up with an ache in his stomach.
He woke up sick? If you're telling me the truth and Wolfgang planned to attend the tournament,
That's not it.
why did he say the opposite yesterday?
Admittedly, I am also a little hesitant about attending. I'm not sure if I will have the time for it.
From what I remember, Wolfgang said he's too busy to attend the tournament.
Heh. More like he wanted another round at the pachinko machine.
Watch and learn.
I would know. I interrogated him after breakfast.
No.
What? That's seriously what he meant?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, huh? Which is why I told him, hey, no, let's do the tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, typical for soybean, but he eventually caved.
Wolfgang was a pachinko player? I'm not sure I can believe that. Then again, some of the paraphernalia in this room neither golf nor law related.
Okay.
Alright. So based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend the tournament yesterday. However, come this morning...
Fair. Wolfgang remembered the pirate was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right.
Right, because you need to bring a partner to the tournament.
Wolfgang. He knew I was miffed about it. His smile said as much. But I walked out the door anyway.
Dumbass.
Wolfgang said he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away.
If Wolfgang really had been bedridden, how did he wind up in the boiler room? Either he didn't come of his own volition, or he was never sick to begin with. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realized the same. Well, that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, you'd think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Did the letter I find inside his blazer pocket have something to do with it? At the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secrets, 8:15 a.m., and close the door. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? While only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, the mention of a secret. Did the rest of the note elaborate on it, or was the world alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from information even he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know. Whatever the reason, Wolfgang and Kira deliberately hid information from someone. Ironic, huh? Well, that's all I could find. Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here. In any case, since I'm done here, I should head to the dining hall. I'm pretty sure that's where Eve said she was going.
Do y'all want to save it here?
Yeah.
This is a good spot to stop it on. And also I have to wake up early tomorrow. I have to wake up early tomorrow and on Thursdays.
I need to take better care of myself.